Yeah, we have one piece today, but I think everybody will see that this one piece is well worth the one piece. Wow. So it says the pasuk is V'yava Yaakov Shalom Ir Shem. So what's the connection between Yaakov Shlemus and Shem? What's that about? In general, what's Shem all about? Places in the Torah aren't stam places. Places in Eretz Yisrael aren't stam places. So you have to see, does one's hanhaga change at different stages? We'll see what that means. How special are the cities of Eretz Yisrael? And how do we, I don't know, something got misread in here. How do we I forgot what I was writing. It didn't get finished, I guess. Okay. V'yavu Yaakov Shalom Yishchein. Kasav Ramban Shamais Hazah Remez Lazaro Shemakam Ahu Yichbash Chila Lefneim Terem Horisha Yoshvei Aretz. Right. All Yeshua is about the Kibush Aretz, right? And the first place they got to was Har Grizim and Har Eival was Shem. So Yaakov is coming to Shem. That's a remez that we were going to come to Shem. Avram Beretz Ad Makom Shem. Avram also came to Shem first. So why is that? Why is Shem the first place we came to? By the way, even though in Lamais I think it's written in the 9th parak of it's in the 9th parak of it's in the 9th parak of Yoshua, but Rashi says Ein Mukta Munchar B'Torah, right? So that's, we came earlier than that. And now how far was Hu Rachik Min Al Yardin? Yotam Shisha Mil. It's further than Shisha Mil. A mil, by the way, is barech a kilometer, so it's 60 kilometers, which is an enormous distance, right? Yeah. Well, by car, but they weren't by car, right? Hello, Davar. So why was it so? Meaning, I think what he's trying to point out here, you see that it was difficult for them to get there, and yet they got there. So there must be something to them getting to Shem specifically. So why is it chashuv? What's in the kuda? What's specific? What's important about Shem? That's what we're going to learn today. V'nir al pi ma she'amar kvod kedush Avi, as always, right? Binyan Shem ben Chamor. So this lights up we have Shem in another place in the Torah, of course, the son of Chamor that was Misava Bedina, right, calls all the problem in Shem was Ben Chamor, Shekasubo, Vuchavetz Bas Yaakov. He wanted Bas Yaakov. Now, we learned that means because he was like people today. Well, they know, right? So no. Hainu lo mipatz tzura. So it wasn't for her look. Rak mipnei bad Yaakov. It says Vuchavetz Bas Yaakov. She wanted Bas Yaakov. Right, that's a nice pshat, right? He was chavetz with Bas Yaakov. He wanted Bas Yaakov. He wanted Yaakov to take a girl. Now, watch this. Shem, what's the word Shem mean? Shem milashon chelik. Yeah, Shem echad. Shem echad alachach. I gave you a chelik. Now that is going to be essential for the whole thing we're about to explain. He thought shishlo gam kein chelik b'mitzias olam. Av madris Yaakov. So Shem ben Chamor, whose name is chelik, wanted Bas Yaakov, meaning he wanted to be a chelik with Yaakov. He thought, I'm shaykh to that, right? Who am I, right? I'm chavetz lidavik bezeh, that's shaykh to me, right? Because I have a chelik, and my chelik should be with their chelik, and I'm shaykh to that chelik. Now watch this is interesting. Hepech b'chinas ger tzedek shetzarch yomer yodani be'eni kedai. Part of what the Ger Tzedek has to say is, I know, you tell the Ger Tzedek, here's the Jewish people, they have a lot of tsaras, a lot of anti-Semitism, a lot of this, a lot of that, like we know today. And he says, Afal Pikein, I'm not fit for it. Halavai can be part of it. Not that a Ger Tzedek is coming with a tremendous desire to be part of Klal Yisrael, together with that, with the Hachna, that maybe I'm not fit to be part of Klal Yisrael, right? That's what my father said, Linyanenu, be married. So now, what do we learn? We learned that the whole idea of Shem is the idea of a chelik, and that what Shem ben Chamor was about was this being desirous to be part of a chelik that wasn't really shaykh to him, right? Vinei nira shigama mokom asher shmo Shem. This is unbelievable. Yesh bo ateva hu. Shem is a mokom that's mesugal, a mokom that brings out, has spiritual qualities, has not just spiritual qualities, has like physical, not I would call it physical qualities, but has a teva. There's something in the air, in the Shem air. Hainu sheteva hamokim garam biyoshavov shisnasnus shekol echad b'fnei atzmo chelik v'lo yivat atzmo b'fnei kol. So in Shem, there's certain places where it's like the vibe of the place is to be part of everybody else, right?
Yeah.
And there's certain places where the vibe of the place is stand out and don't lose your independence for anything, right? So Shem means chelik, means I stand out. Yeah. Shem is a place where you want it to stand out. You want to be yuchad, the gaiva, right? Remez l'zeh chaticha rui l'skabed shena betela, right? Like we have in Hilchos Kashrus, that even though some things we say bittul b'shtay, right? We have bittul b'shtay, bittul b'rov, bittul b'shishim, bittul b'meya, bittul b'tayim. So, but then there's a concept that if there's a piece which is big enough, so he says it's choshev l'tkabed, so it's not bottom. Wow. So to speak, that he should just bring a remez. That's just a remez. Yeah. So to a remez, a person feels I can't be chelik, right? I can't be part of the group. I'm special. I'm different. I'm unique. I have my own halachas, my own way. Wow. Now watch this. So you've been hearing until now that it's bad, but look what the Rebbe says. If it's good, there's nothing better. V'bish leis bishmina, but if it's bad, there's nothing worse than it. So it depends how you are. L'tov huhi, how's it tov? Kasher yomar b'shvili nivra olam. When a person says, for me the world was created, what? Oh, so therefore everybody should do for me? No. I say mitzvah achas, ashurav shichriya. I think it's probably supposed to say ashrav. Not Ashurav. Shechriya tatzma v'kolam kula tova. A person sees himself, you know what? The world is dependent on me. The world is for me, and I have to do something for it. I have responsibility for it, and I have to make something out of it, and I have to make something myself. Then there's nothing as good as that, because you're taking a cry, taking responsibility. You're seeing that the world is special, and I'm special, and I got to do something. Right? Right? And if I don't stand and I don't do it, so that, right? Why didn't you teach the group? Who am I to teach a group? Yes. Why do you say something? Who am I to say something? Why do you give musar? Who am I to give musar? Who am I to give a mitzvah? Who am I to get up and say? Who am I to tell people to quiet? Who am I anything? So when a person thinks he's nothing, so nothing gets done. Right? Kanamer, right? A person has to be bold like a leopard. The Aryav Oz benafsho, big believer b'darchei Hashem, like the Rabbi said, right? Believe b'darchei Hashem. V'im lebish chas v'shalom, but on the bad side, you meet this ace of a Russia. But if that guy, but that sense, that being separate, that separation is the midah of Esav. V'goremes gas ruach, right? Guy, it's not guy, it's feeling that I'm separate. It's the feeling that I'm separate and I'm not misbatel. That's the point. So the feeling of being separate and not misbatel means if it's bringing you to do mitzvahs, if it's bringing you to feel that something needs to get done, then it's good. But if it's bringing you to gaiva, then it's terrible. He means to say some Russia, but go remes gasaruch, v'azis upon him, right? Achein truva l'makasa. Look at that. There's no truva l'makasa. You speak to someone, no one can talk to him. Maybe we'll send him to a rav. He knows more than a rav. I was involved in a situation recently. I said to my wife, maybe I could talk to the guy. She's not going to respect you. You know what I'm saying? You don't respect anybody, right? So they know who's going to talk to him. Who's going to tell him he's making a mistake? I don't know. Who can tell me I'm making a mistake? I know everything. Right? So there's no truthful makaso. The kvar amarnu shemidu a klipa shnikras bizarre kadash anan and shchushruchin, the dark clouds she call or shavav vehen nishkabim komo. Any light that comes in, a light that comes into that person gets stuck in him. There's nowhere for the light to work. You send a good idea to him. Says, yeah. Oh, now I know that idea, and I made up the idea. It's my idea, right? Kedimnin shev paras harosh never vehen lo no the kivo al kirvena, right? Umarein. Look at the Sheva Paros. Interesting. I saw this before in him, but now I see it better. The bad Paros, right? It says Ashelona Kibonu al Kerbena means ideas came to them, but it didn't show any difference. It was as if it wasn't said. He says he'll be an omic in it. Well, what's the idea? So in Pashup Shad it just means they're bad Paros and they didn't get filled up. But he's saying outside Hara, it means that they were so. There's a shaykhus to the olam of the Sitra Achra. There's a shaykhus to the other side where it's so dark. It's like a black hole. In our terms, like a black hole. He's talking about black clouds, but the black hole is so deep that even gravity can't get out. It sucks everything. It sucks into everything. So here, that's the point. There's no any light by that person. It just gets turned around. Someone tells him an idea, it doesn't make any effect. Someone gives him mussar, it doesn't make any effect. It's because he's a chelik and he's separate. That's Esav is so separate. That's the point. Now. Now this is very chashuv. When a person's starting out, you have to have that sense that I'm a somebody and I can do and not a nebuch. Right, we'll go up. We're able to. And there's nothing as strong as like chasidus at the beginning. The imlo tidroch nafsha the person doesn't have this kimat min animna sheyatzliach b'avodato. It's almost impossible to matzliach b'avodato because there's a lot of manias to a person. A person starts in a yeshiva. He starts somewhere. He feels strong with himself, and then no maniachol, mani, and then someone has a good question you don't know. Says miani mani, and miani mani, miani mani, miani. So you don't feel like in anybody. Tidroch oz ben avsho kimat min anim sheyatzliach b'avodato ki yitzhar marpi de'ahovdim avodat hakodesh. The yitzhar is weakening all the time. K'bazar kodesh barichos shepir shatzmo haremes kol parshim meraglim. Okay. Yeah, so that's a very important line. I want to just focus on the line for a second. The Rebbe is telling us a very, very important idea. When we start something new, right? When a person, well, he's not really saying he's saying when a person's starting, a young bacher, right? A young Baal Tshuva, a young ger, they have to feel that they're capable, that they're worthy, and they're able, and they're separate, and they're special, even that they have a chelik. You have to feel you're part of something. You have to feel you're a chelik. You have to feel like I'm something. I'm separate. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to produce anything because there's going to be a lot of things against you. And then you say, oh yeah, they're saying I'm a nobody. I guess they're right. I feel like a nobody. Yeah, they're right. I'm really a nobody. So then nobody is going to. It turns you into nothing. So you need it. But what? But then a person has to be careful because either he turns into something worse. Like we see nar bezakin v'nikla b'nichbad, right? That's like that says lost love. The young people won't have any cover for the old people, and then the lightweights won't be honor the heavyweights. So imagine someone starts out, I'm going to learn a new masechta, I can do it, nothing's going to stand in my way, nobody's going to stand in my way, nothing's going to stand in the way, nobody's going to stand in the way, no one can stop me. And he goes with this independence, and it's kvaldig, he starts. But doesn't realize, I need a Rebbe, I need a Chavrusa, I need a Pem, I'm a member of Klai. So if he doesn't settle that, if he doesn't balance that, so he can end up with nothing. Right? Vinay. B'tchilas kibush aretz, shaytzrichim l'schaskus gedola. Now, Klai Yisrael is coming into Eretz Yisrael. So what do we need? There are 31 malachim are coming against. There's Yericho, there's Ai, there's Givonim, there's Chivi, Yevusi, there's Mamish Sheva, like we spoke about before, this Kochas Ara, right, the Sheva Midas, Negdad, Ki Mechamis Ma'isa Kosh Aleim Mitchila Vad Sof. Al Kena Yetziva Shireshis Boam Baretz Tia Makom Shechem. Right, you have to come to Shem. We said, why do you go to Shem? You got to go to this place. You have to be stark. You have to feel like we're Klai Yisrael, and we have a message, and we're going to take over Eretz Yisrael. Nothing can be like us. First came Avram. Avram was the one who said Anochi Ofer Vefer. He had the balance. Yaakov is Midas Akev. Yaakov had an Ivas also. Right? Yeshua Lashon Akev. Shekol Yono Shai Ba'atzmo B'Pchinet Akev. Kimoshi Dibarnu Mizaharbe. Heim Haya Kocham Latzila Mokum Zeruch Mebinasam. They put the balance into the place. Right? Midas Hamokum Rak outside a Tov Canal. B'Zeyesh Lefarish. V'Yobu Yaakov Sholim. Hainu Sheb'Chinas Yaakov Shumi Lashon Akev. Hayset Sol B'Shlemus. V'Yobu Yaakov. He's reading this. V'Yobu Yaakov Sholim. Meaning the Midas Yaakov was Shalim.
Yeah, he was.
The Yaakov Shalim, but it's the Yaakov Shalim. I would have read the normal way to read it is Vayivo Yaakov Shalim. Yaakov, all of Yaakov, whatever became Shalim. He's learning it's the Bechinas Yaakov came B'Shlemus.
The low became
the low. He had the no. He had the Midah of Akev B'Shlemus, and therefore he could handle Shem in the right way. V'Yavo Yaakov. Shalim Ir Shechem. The Bechinas, since the Bechinas Akev by him was B'Shlemus, now he can go to Ir Shechem. But we needed Shechem. But we need the Anivas. But we needed Shechem. We needed the Anivas. So So let's just stop for a second. The point over here is that a person needs those two things chazak, because it's today there are a lot of things, as you know, that are pushing us away from the Rebbeinu Shalom. And there's a lot of narishkeit, and there's a lot of katnus, and a lot of things that make us feel like we're not good, and a lot of self-doubt that we have ourselves. Sometimes people have low self-esteem, and people have images from their parents, sometimes from their Rabbeim, sometimes from the whole system, this whole society, which makes them feel that they're nobodies. And the outside world is telling us we're nobodies. You guys are genocidists, you're Nazis, you're this, nothing about those who are sensitive to those things. And you have to look at it and say, it's nothing, there's nothing, and no, nothing can stop me. these genocidists. You're a genocidist. I was thinking today. I was on the bus. Yeah. There's an Arab talking so loud. I said, "What kind of genocide? The guy's talking. You should shut up and be quiet. You know, talking so loudly. You know, he's comfortable. He's not worried. So, but people fall. But people fall to this stuff. People fall. I don't know who are we? Maybe. Maybe we don't deserve to be an Eretz Yisrael. Wow. Maybe it should be theirs, right? Maybe I shouldn't be from. Maybe all this self-doubt. So you have to be oz benafsham. No. Nothing's going to stop me. I can have a chelik, my chelik in Torah, my chelik in avodah, my chelik in midas, my chelik in this, my chelik in that. Sometimes my parents don't understand me. Sometimes my friends don't understand me. Sometimes no one understands. It doesn't make a difference. I know I'm doing the right thing. Oh wait, but now make sure you don't get the guy with that. So you need the Bechinas Yaakov. You need Avram. Avram came to Shem. Avram put the Anochi Afer Vefer there. Anochi Afer Vefer. Yaakov came to Bechinas Eikev. He was Shalom with Bechinas Eikev. And now we're good. Now this is Gavaldi. I always love this piece. The truth is I heard this piece a long time ago from Roberto Gershenfeld. I didn't know where it was. So I'm very, very happy we saw this because I always loved this piece. He told me this maybe 15, 20 years ago. I learned this with him. Al Shem Shumakam Mezuma Lepranis. The Gemara says Shem Shumakam Mezuma Lepranis. Bo Inas Dina, right? Yeah. 3 bad things happened there. Dina was violated. Bo Kilkula Shvatim. The Shvatim went off there. Bo Nischalka Malchus Beis David. Right? That's where the Malchus Yeravim and Rechavim, right?
Split.
Who was it? It was Rechavim and Yeravim, right?
Yeah.
No, it was Shlomo and Rechavim. Who was it? Who split? It was.
I don't know, Malchus Yisrael.
Malchus Yisrael, Malchus Beis David.
Shlomo Melech had 2 kids. What did they separated or something like that?
Right. Now, what's the Gemara telling us? The Gemara is telling us that Eretz Yisrael is a bad place. Shem is a bad place. Thank God we got out of there. Yeah. No. The Chas v'Shalom lomer shechachazal dibur begnus ir achas be'Eretz Yisrael. Right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Isn't that nice? How could he say such a thing? Umagam ir shiyakov avinu nasnu liyosim matan bavade. Right? This is here's the big portion. Here's the big portion that Yaakov here. Take the psolas, take the ziburis. This is what Yaakov's giving to Yosef. Matan bavade ein bo chas shum achu adavar shamarnu shemi teva makom. No, it's a Shem has the kaiches, the keach. Shem has the idea of I'm a chelik. I'm a chelik. You need that. So it has Shem has the potential for the greatest thing a person could see. I can finish Shas. I can know. I could be a Rav. I could be a tzaddik. I could go against the tide. I could stand up to everything. But they, so Yaakov gave Yosef, Shem Echad Alacha, I'm giving you the potential. I'm giving you the place of his rachvus, the place of his nasus, outside of Tov. Bad things happen there. Yeah, bad things happen there because they took it wrong. But it's not. The potential is there. It's like a person says, "I gave you a genius. The genius went off the derech." Okay, but you were a genius. I gave you the best head in all of Slobodka.
Yeah, you should utilize it.
Utilize. Sham inus dina kvar kasavna sham kvar kuzara. Shem ha'isabo midas ha'azas v'gaiva. Fidar kinim teva makom garam lo. So Shem ben Chamor was a real Yelid Shem. That's what did it. The tev of the place made him more, and right. And then he didn't use it the right way. He came back to him. What was the problem with Shvatim? The Shvatim should have had a certain hachna to Yosef. Okay, he's younger than you, but he's the midas yisod. He's the tzaddik. Yisod olam. Shalhai rotzim lios nechnam liyosef. Shu tzaddik yisod olam. The heim roas atzum lechelik. They thought, no, we're separate from Yosef. No. They misused it. Vayin Gur Arya Benin Chashad Shel Shvatim V'gam Zenucha Lomer Sheteva Makom Garam Kanal. Right? B'ma Shesham Nischalka Malchus Beis David Adar Mavur Shlai Rotzim Likanan LaMalchus Beis David Beis Hamikdash. Right? The other side, no, we're going to be our own thing. That's where the split happened.
With the chairs, they didn't want to sit down.
Right. V'akol Inyan Echad Umeid Al Godel Malas V'lo Agrias. No, it's showing the potential of the place. I said. Look, yeah, it's true. Slobodka had some guys that came out that were, Slobodka did have, by the way.
Yeah.
Certain guys went off from Slobodka, but it was because of the greatness of the place. It produced a Ryan Color, producer of Wonder, produced a Sri Desh, it produced a Ram Eli Kaplan, it produced a Chatzkel Sarner, it produced Rav Shach, and then Rav Shach was there. Yerucham was by the altar a little bit. It produced Reuben Grozovsky, Rabbi Yaakov Kamenetsky. They all went there. They were Rav Hudner. Victor Miller, right? Victor Miller.
Sure.
Yeah, Lesson, Levenberg, the first yeshiva in New Haven. Those were Levenberg. And people don't remember him. David Leibovich from Chavetz Chaim. So yeah, that was a place of the greatest potential. Some guys went off, okay, but it was because of the koch of the place was such that that was the shrem of them. But kol inyan echad umeid al godol ma'al b'lom inyan hu limud godol v'tochach megula l'boim navod avodas hakodesh eich lefalas kol midah v'felas haseichel. So that teaches us you have to take into the shia nochach Hashem darko ki b'chol midah tova yesh davar ma'al, right? Yeah. Every midah tova can be taken badly, so it's gavaldi. So mamish, everything's answered now. So that's the idea. So we asked in the beginning, why did Yaakov come Shalom Shechem, and why did Abram come to Shechem? Why was that the first place? Because Klal Yisrael, when they get to Eretz Yisrael, we needed Shechem Dekakochos. Yeah. We need to see who we are. We are going to take over this place. We are the nation. We are the ones. Right?
Chagavim.
What?
Lo chagavim.
Lo chagav, exactly. Lo chagav anu yicholim. What? That's but Yaakov and Abram had to put in the Yaakov and Abram had to settle things, and that's why Shechem Bechamor, and that's the whole thing. So what's the connection between Yaakov Shlemus and Shechem? Now we know what is Shechem all about. We know why was Shechem so interested in Dinah. We know why does one and Son Hagga change at different stages? Yes, it does, right? Yes, it does. There's a time at the beginning, Rashis Dar, no person has to go, but as he goes, he has to settle himself down. And then, by the way, when a person mechanech children also, a person sees a little bit of gaiva in their kid, they don't shut it down right away. You have to know. Yeah. It could be he's developing. You don't. Yeah. Sometimes people want, especially like Americans, they want chas v'shalom, no one should ever have a bad meat. They don't. Sometimes there's a little bit of. They need it. The kid has to feel good. Right. The Chazon Ish said every yeshiva bacher needs a teaspoon, a tablespoon of kavod every day. There's a lot of things against it today. Miyuchad, everybody's telling you that you should do this, you should do that. Who are you, yeshiva bacher? You need to make them feel good. Chazak. Okay, so sometimes there's a little bit of. Then you settle it. But at different stages, you have to know how to settle things. How special the cities of Eretz Yisrael? Extremely special. Yeah. The Siddur studies very thorough, extremely special. It's a tremendous lesson that we have to first the Bereshis Derech. A person has to think, and again, he's talking about Bereshis Derech and Avodas Hashem in general. I think it's true when you start a new project. Also, if you don't, I try to sell my sefer. I went somewhere recently, no one bought it. Yeah, zero. They pay me to speak there. Okay, so it's a little bit of a, but I didn't want to get money. I wanted to sell books. Yeah. Maybe they'll still sell that, but so I said, so I'm not going to go anymore. No, you have to tzarech lachshov. She says, then I'm going to do this. And I feel guy, if I sold some books and I feel guy, no, you have to balance it. But certainly on mod chazak, it's a tremendous lesson. Shikoyach.
My pleasure. Thank you very, very